Alright guys, so once again we got some new Destruction All-Stars news for the upcoming game, and this comes directly from the PlayStation website on their new Destruction All-Stars page, where we've got some more details now, and this confirms a couple things, and it also gives us more detail on the online modes as well as some single player stuff. There's some big details, there's some minor details, I'll go over all of them, and let's just go ahead and start it off with the big stuff. So first off, in the last bit of news, it was announced and it was revealed that there's going to be 16 All-Stars, and they showed them all. You'll see them on the screen right now. Those are all the characters at launch. But what we didn't know though is how many vehicles there be. We know there's 16 All-Stars and that they all have a hero vehicle that's specific to them, their signature vehicle. But we also found out that there'd be other vehicles aside from the ones that are character specific, so like more generic vehicles that anybody can use. But what's the number of rides we're gonna get at launch? Well, now it's confirmed. They've announced it. It's going to be 28 vehicles in the Global Destruction Federation, as they put it. So here's what they gotta say about it. The finest engineers have carefully crafted 28 vehicles for the Global Destruction Federation. A number of basic vehicles will be scattered throughout each arena at the start of every match. Those are the generic vehicles that anybody can use and pick up. And then they're going to say what we know here, but each All-Star also has a personal set of wheels that can turn the tide of any battle. So going by this info, it looks like this is going to be the breakdown for the cars or the rides that we're going to get at launch. First off, 16 All-Star rides, or hero-specific rides. 12 basic vehicles that anybody can use, for a total of 28 total vehicles. I'd say that's a decent amount to start, but I would love to see them also add in new cars with future updates. They've already announced, they made it official that they're going to release free updates that will give us new modes and twists to modes and such, but they didn't mention anything about new vehicles. I hope that they also add that as well. I think that'd be a nice addition to have a fresh new selection of cars every once in a while. But anyways, 28 to start, decent, just hopefully we get more later on. Now the next big bit of news that's been confirmed is that the online matches are going to consist of 16 players. So it's going to be 16 player matches, exactly the same number of All-Stars. And there's going to be both casual matches, so like player matches where it doesn't count, it doesn't affect your ranking or anything like that, you just play for fun, and also ranked matches. And it looks like that's going to be the game mode to play if you want XP, because it doesn't look like you're going to get XP out of player matches or casual matches. They go on and say, accelerate the drama and enter 16 player online matches with your friends, jump into a casual quick play session, earn XP in skill-based ranked matches, outshine everyone in multiple matchday games, avenge previous losses in persistent rivals, and experience new limited time rule twists in special events. So first things first, I think something that poses some questions or brings up some questions here is the 16 player online matches. Like I said, it's the exact same number of All-Stars. Will they allow us to use the same All-Star as somebody else is using? Will they allow duplicates in the same match? Or can you not use the same All-Star that somebody else has picked, like in some other games? Hopefully, you can pick whichever All-Star you want, no matter how many there are of that same All-Star in that same game or in that same lobby. Because if we're forced to pick an All-Star that nobody else has picked, that could get kind of annoying, especially if you're somebody who mains a specific character or prefers a specific All-Star. If you're, forced or can't pick that one because, hey, somebody else picked them, kind of sucks. But I'm thinking they will allow anybody to pick any All-Star no matter how many of them there are in a game. Now, on top of that, it does seem like you won't be able to earn XP through the casual matches, because it specifically states earn XP in skill-based ranked matches. Now, one thing that's real interesting here in the online is the persistent rivals mode. I don't think I've seen something like this before, where they say you can avenge your previous losses. I'm curious to see how this is going to work. Like, how are you going to avenge your previous online losses if it's losses against, real players? Like, it's not against a bot or anything like that. Are they somehow going to find a way to match you up with players that have actually defeated you in a previous match? I don't know how that's going to work exactly. I want to see more details about that. Hopefully, they've got this new trailer coming up soon. Maybe they talk more about that. With that new upcoming trailer, what I'm looking forward to the most, or I'm hoping to see the most, is some online stuff. Obviously, the best case scenario is a trailer that just goes over everything, the online and the single player and such, but if I had to pick, I'd like more details on the online. And this ability to avenge previous losses online is interesting, and I want to see how it's going to work. As far as the special events go, this I think is going to be the big XP earner. I think they're going to go ahead and have a lot of XP on the line in these special events to encourage people to participate in them. And then for the single player peeps, we got a little extra info when it comes to single player. Not a huge amount of info, but some, confirming some things. Like for instance, you'll be able to unlock some of the skins and emotes and banners from single players, so you'll want to play single player if you want to stand out online, if you want to have, you know, different looking vehicle or character with a different skin. And also, it does seem like the single player story or stories are going to be specific to some of the All-Stars and not all. Here's why I'm saying this. So they say compete in a storied single player series specifically tailored to a number of playable Destruction All-Stars. So it seems like you won't be able to play as all of them in the single player, at least the way this is worded. And then they say master over 50 events to prove yourself a Destruction legend. Unlock new skins, emotes, and banners as you take on AI rivals in momentous challenges spread across 5 global arenas. Now, when it comes to the over 50 events, it does say gameplay required to unlock. So I'm thinking that's just story stuff that you unlock through playing the story, at least that's what I'm guessing. I mean, here's the thing, man, when we got so little info, it's hard to figure out things like this. But yeah, there's definitely a single player, and there is a reason to play it to unlock the skins, emotes, and banners, basically cosmetic stuff. I think as far as the characters go, I think they're all unlocked from the very get-go from what it seems like. Or once again, because of how little info we got, I could be wrong, and maybe not all 16 All-Stars are unlocked from at the very beginning, and you gotta unlock some through single player or something like that. But I think they would have pointed that out, you know, in this little detail here about single player, because that's, you know, pretty important, a pretty big thing. I'd say unlocking a character is a bigger deal than unlocking cosmetics. But now that sums it up for the big details. How about the minor details? Well, first off, the game's gonna run at dynamic 4K 60 FPS, so pretty much it's gonna be 4K, but then at times where there's a lot of chaos going on the screen, maybe a lot of cards, a lot of characters, a lot of explosions, then the resolution then might go a bit down. Now, also they've confirmed it's gonna take advantage of the PS5's adaptive triggers to make it so each vehicle feels different when you're using those triggers to go ahead and accelerate. And they're also gonna take advantage of the PS5's DualSense haptic feedback, so they are taking advantage of those new DualSense features. I'm sure Sony's real happy with that. And also they mentioned other PS5 features that they're going to take advantage of, like the real fast loading and such. If you want to read it all for yourself, I posted up the link in the Destruction All-Stars Discord. And finally, there's an actual Global Destruction Federation Championship in the game, and that's pretty much the goal of these All-Stars. They want to be the Global Destruction Federation champion. So yeah, the people over at Lucid Games, like I said, definitely wrestling fans. Anyways, you let me know in the comment section what you think about all this. Click that like button if you enjoyed these videos. Subscribe for more Destruction All-Stars. And if you haven't already, join the Destruction All-Stars Discord. Link is in the description box. See ya.